Hi, my name is Rodney Johnson. This is my microeconomics and faith video. The topic we'll be looking at today is market and government, and kind of a subcategory of that is healthcare, kind of so I can kind of relate healthcare to what we were reading in Genesis, Deuteronomy, and Matthew. For the most part, I would say that healthcare has come by leaps and bounds in treatment of patients, prognosis of patients, and different things like that. I would say from a biblical standpoint, I would say that lifting our fellow brother up, him or her, and being able to realistically do a better job for them in a healthcare standpoint by one, taking care of them, having a better prognosis, and being able to turn a profit, kind of on our first bullet point as you read those three. Definitely it's to be expected. It's not something that we would want to tolerate. If anything, let's encourage it, because I know that by human nature, this day and age, we are cultivated and groomed to win and make profits, and the only way we can do good is by making a profit and things like that. So that's kind of the message you get growing up in this day and age of social media. So that's a whole nother discussion of how else you can do good besides making money. The other portion of that is when you look at the second bullet point, and we're reading through Genesis, and God's creating this world out of nothing, right? And you look at how He's creating the land, the animals that roam the earth, the birds, and how we're supposed to kind of rule over it and make it our own, and lift our fellow man up, and so forth and so on. That's a sense of conquer. That's a sense of entitlement to a degree, but with that great power, it also comes with great responsibility. And some days we lack that responsibility because we forget about the other person or our fellow man, in essence. So I really think that within the kind of market of healthcare and our government, there's still a lot to be done. If anything, people say cell phones and an entitlement that people should have, or electricity. I would say healthcare is definitely an entitlement for people to have. I don't know how we would pay for that, but I feel like growing up in a poor, broken home, my mom would never take us to the doctor because we didn't have health insurance. And even if we did have the state Medicaid program, she still felt like it wasn't good enough. And so, there's a message to be had when you're talking about healthcare and state programs and different things like that. But at the end of the day, we have to do a better job within that market, and the government needs to do a better job. The market needs to do a better job and figure out how we can, not pay a CEO of a healthcare company or hospital, billions of dollars, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And you look at your health insurance companies, granted, everything is for profit or even non-for-profit, they're still making bukus of money. So in reality, we need to do a better job in that market. I don't know what the answer is, but I feel like there's enough people on this earth that need health insurance of some form or fashion to get the care that they need 90% of the time. That we need to do a better job of that. The third bullet point is kind of the welfare system. And so kind of healthcare and welfare kind of go hand in hand in my mind. And so, like the Bible says, the farmer doesn't want to go over his field for a second pass to get every single thing, but leave it there for the poor or the less fortunate to come and pick the grain or the grapes from his field. So at the end of the day, I think that in my mind, I see that as, well, that's what's left over. So the poor and unfortunate can get that. Let us, less unfortunate people get what's first at the table. I would say let's change the narrative and figure out, when it comes to healthcare specifically, how it's can be the same for everyone. And I hate the word universal because it has a bad stigma on that. So in reality, I don't know the answer. I know that when you're a single parent and you have children that need healthcare, or yourself that needs healthcare, and it's an exuberant amount, and you fall in that between, like, hey, you're working, you're having a hard time finding the balance between how to put food on the table and cover your health insurance. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I've lived through that, and it was no fun. And I would say that there's got to be more maybe of a local answer than a government answer. I would say for those families, realistically, I think I read a study that if you were under a certain amount of threshold, you go on vacation less. So there's plenty of opportunity to partner with a local hospital, a local ER, a local clinic, and keep that cost to that local area. We have to figure out, if you decide to travel and get hurt or something in the ER, how that would work or what that would look like. But I think the answer is really at a local level. So I hope that kind of concludes the video. I see that I went at 6 minutes and 33 seconds and counting. So I'll end it there. Thanks. Have a good day.